grown into a, distributed all across the U.S., Canada, and we ship it to 40 countries around the world. So this is kind of our mainstay. But we continue to grow and expand and offer innovation. So this was innovation to how do you treat a bug bite. But then we went in and we made developed other products, whether it's Natrapel or Benz, to scare away the insects. And then we went into first aid kits and survival gear. So we actually have the #1 first aid kits, and we address them where we organize them by injury rather than just a bunch of components inside there. So these are hospital-grade components that are organized, and our kits will fold out, and you can find here wounds, burns, instruments, fracture springs, bleeding CPR. So everything you need to deal with a bleeding CPR situation is right here in this pocket. You don't have to fumble through your first aid kit. And so we continue to find ways to make things easy for the consumer. And one of the things that I'm really excited about is our easy access bandages. And again, you think, how much easier can you make a bandage? But they say, what's the hardest thing about getting into a bandage? It's opening it. So basically, we've got these instructions that say, grip here, pull here. You pull it out, the bandage is ready to apply. You can even put it on one-handed. You don't have to touch the center, and very little waste afterwards. So we think through a lot of these details and the innovation we bring to first aid or survival or bite treatments or repellents and those types of things. And it's really rewarding to hear that you saved my vacation because of afterbite, or my kid's life was saved because you used one of your survival products, or we stopped bleeding in time with some of our clotting products and it saved somebody's life. So we're getting those accolades and that recognition on a monthly basis, constantly hearing from different people. So it's just a little bit about the company and some of the things that we do so that everybody knows us a little bit more than just, oh, that's the company that makes Afterbite. We've really grown and expand, and due to that need to expand, of course, we built this beautiful new facility, 117,000 square feet up here in northern New Hampshire. We were in 3 different facilities kind of in the industrial park, and we're able to consolidate it all into one facility. We still have a sales and marketing office in Oakland, California, and another kitting operation down in Keene. But we are obviously committed to the North Country for the building and look to be a tenant here for many, many years to come. So with that, we're going to introduce, there's some people that want to speak for the governor, the congressmen and senators, and I'd like to start with Greg Eastman first with the Littleton Industrial Development Committee. He helped make a lot of this happen as
well. Thanks, Jason. LIDC is very, very pleased and happy to have been part of this. This whole project was a project of partnerships. That being one of the main partners in this is Val Polson, who had a warehouse building just south of here, which was taken down, and a new warehouse was put up to make room for this. And Val didn't have to do that. He really didn't have to, but he knew that it was important to the town of Littleton. It was important for the jobs and job creation, to retain jobs, because we were afraid the tender might look elsewhere. And so Val deserves a lot of credit for being here today. And otherwise, Dan Hebert, I think, did a great job and was a great partner in this, as well as the BFA and everybody who was involved in it. So thank you very much.
Let me just add to that Dan Hebert construction. I continue to be amazed at what they were able to do. We broke ground last May, and we moved in starting in January, February timeframe, and we've been trickling our move in. So it was all done in terms of starting at the ground level, tearing down the other buildings and building this up, all in less than a year. And all the way from our, we still have a little bit of mixing to do, but our clean room facilities, our move from our tanks and all kinds of stuff. So Dan Hebert is a construction firm, just phenomenal. So let me introduce Chuck Henderson. and he'll be speaking on behalf of
Senator Gene Shaheen. Thank you all. It's great to be here. This is a great day for TenderCorp, a great day for Littleton Industrial Development Corp, for the whole industrial park and the whole region, because you have such a big impact on employment here. This is a letter from Senator Shaheen. Dear friends, please accept my best wishes as you gather for today's ribbon cutting for Tender Corporation's new facility. TenderCorp was a pioneering contributor to the early success of the Littleton Industrial Park, and today you continue writing a new chapter in that impressive story. This facility will contribute to the operational efficiency that is required to succeed in a competitive domestic market and in the 45 countries in which your products are distributed. Your world-famous and market-leading brands, Afterbite, Benz, Natrapel, and Adventure Medical Kits, as well as your survival product offerings, all contribute to safer and more enjoyable outdoors experiences. Littleton and the state of New Hampshire are proud to know that this innovative company is one of our own, and we appreciate that you have grown and developed a truly dedicated workforce and contribute year in and year out to the regional economy. Congratulations once again to your entire team, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you. Gene Shaheen.
Next, we have Cindy Woodward, going to speak on behalf of Senator Ayotte.
Yep. Nice to meet you. This is very exciting to be here. I'm glad we're a part of this, so thank you. Congratulations as you open the new TenderCorp facility here amidst the White Mountains in Littleton. I am thrilled to see your business grow and expand, providing quality products used by people throughout New England and around the globe. In choosing Littleton for the home of this beautiful building and your flourishing company, you are providing valuable jobs to the North Country. The positive cooperative culture fostered in your workforce makes TenderCorp a desirable place to work. Thank you for being an engine of innovation and economic growth and acting as a responsible partner in our business community. Kelly.
All right. Thank you. And we have Brian Bresnahan.
You got it.
So,
With Congresswoman Annie Custer. So I had a letter from Annie. Congratulations on opening this wonderful new facility. It is an honor to help you celebrate this momentous day as you bring the entire operation of Tender Corporations under one roof. As production begins in this new facility, we must not forget the humble beginnings of Tender Corporation's mission to combat the painful bite of the unsuspecting black fly. Annoyed by this voracious critter, founder Ken Grout took a centuries-old home remedy and adapted it into the wonderful product we know today as Tender Afterbite. It wasn't long before Afterbite was known and embraced across the country and around the world. Today, you exemplify the Tender Corporation's mission statement and its commitment to adapting to evolve the needs as you begin a new chapter in the company's story. These values are also clearly visible in the number of products you have developed and the willingness to grow your facility to produce the products that the world has come to rely on to accompany their outdoor adventures. As a representative for New Hampshire's 2nd Congressional District, it is an honor to be a small part of the opening of your beautiful new facility. The Granite State has always been fortunate to have Tender Corporation here in the North Country and in the beautiful Littleton Industrial Park. Congratulations again in the new facility, and may there be more great new products yet to come. Thank you.
thank you. And we have Senator Woodburn.
Congratulations, Jason, and hearing all these talks and products and things, I just keep thinking that, we could use some of these in politics for burns, scratches, attacks. But probably you're more interested in creating something to keep the politicians away a little bit, or at least brief. So I will summarize Governor Hassan's letter and just say that we know in the North Country the value of a job and the importance of how that changes people's lives, and we appreciate everything that you do to commit to our community and to, as a former teacher, how you have transformed your employees' lives and given them stability, and that's the bottom line, and we really appreciate that as a community. This is from Governor Hassan. Dear friends, I regret that I cannot be with you today in person, but I wanted to join you in celebrating the ribbon cutting of Tender Corporation's expansion, which will help build on your strong tradition of creating jobs and helping drive the economy here in the North Country. New Hampshire stands at the threshold of a bright future, as well as positioned as in any other to lead the country in innovation and economic growth that will define the 21st century and lift all our people up. Our reasons. One of the reasons our state is in a position to seize this opportunity is because of the innovative job-creating businesses like Tender Corporation. Your company is helping to drive economic growth in New Hampshire and is providing goods that are critical to the success of our people. Once again, congratulations for your expansion. Thank you for your steadfast commitment to the community and all the citizens of the state. I look forward to working with you in your continued success. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Finally, Joe Kinney would like to say a few words.
Just briefly, I want to congratulate Jason, TenderCorp, Dan Hebert, Pasumsic Bank, who came down to Governor and Council to secure the final financing piece through the Business Finance Authority, which I was glad to support. I will have to say, putting a face to this project, which Dan did along with Sarah DeRocher, is a very important aspect of what we do in New Hampshire in supporting economic development projects. Come to the council if you're applying for whatever type of financing or economic development grants, because we like to see you down there and see the project. And I'll have to say, when we were here for the dedication, it was a windy, dusty day. And Jason was, I can just see him. He's very impatient. Get him in, get him out. But today it's more relaxed. The building's built. He's got employees. He's building a wonderful product here. And I got to say, we here in the United States, here in New Hampshire, will catch up to the Chinese very shortly when it comes to manufacturing. We're catching up to them. And it's projects like this here today that allows us to increase our manufacturing capacity, increase our workforce, and to create jobs and support economic development into the future. So I just want to congratulate this special day here in Littleton and to TenderCorp. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. So with that, and then for kind of the ceremony of it all, we have this ribbon for a ribbon cutting, and I'll cut that. But again, first, it's, as I said, it took a lot of people to pull this together, a lot of partnerships, and the employees that we have. We have about 170, around 140 here at this facility, and the work that they did to transition the move, to get everything over here, get it set up, and then maintain while we're operating. I think one of the employees said, we're driving the car while we're rebuilding the engine, and the car's not stopping. So it was that bit of a challenge, but we were able to pull it off and get it through. And we have a few final touches to put on it, but we've not stopped shipping through the entire process or servicing our customers, and really haven't missed a beat in there outside of just some overwhelming demands for things like insect repellents due to the Zika virus and that type of thing. So it's a true tribute to the employees, and we've got most of them working. We did a event yesterday for all of the employees, and I said when I'm showing senators and guests around, I wanted the place to be working and vibrant, not everything kind of silent. So that's why all of the employees aren't here for this particular event. So with that, we will do the ceremonious cutting of the ribbon. Thank you. We do have some light refreshments here. We'll be cutting a cake. I encourage you to take some refreshments, and then we're going to do some tours and kind of do them in 10 to 15-minute groups. So those that want to get toured first, if we could have a few people gather up. We have about 4 tour guides that can take people around and kind of space them out a little bit. So welcome, enjoy some snacks, and thank you. So welcome, we're going to hop into the offices, and then we'll go through manufacturing and then some in the warehouse, and then we'll be back done. Should take about 15 minutes, maybe tops. So we'll go into the offices here, just to kind of give you a view of going in. We're going to go straight there. This is, of course, sales, customer service, some marketing, product management, accounting, things like that. We're still working on some things out upstairs. Come on over here, we'll do a big loop here. We have international office, IT, our server room, copy room, HR over here that takes care of all of our HR items. And then we got kind of accounting offices, then my offices, and John's office. So cubicle, but kind of open, kind of low key, but it works for us. So we'll go back down here and then go off into manufacturing. So in this facility, we do tube filling, bottle filling, vial filling, which is the afterbuy line, and can filling for our repellent. So in here, there's very few people in here. We got 4 different filling lines. We're actually filling tubes now. Looks like afterbuy gel, maybe from Canada. We're guessing, looking at the label from this listed. Where do you go? Oh, no, we're going down this way. That's right. So here's our sanitation room where they rinse all the equipment in between fillings and the filling lines and those types of things. This particular machine is the one that does all the afterbite, but it's not running right now because we built up a bunch of afterbite before we did the move in terms of the transition. And if you look through the windows over here on the left, this is where the mixing tanks are. So the product gets mixed, comes up, and you see these steel pipes hanging down, stainless steel. The product comes from the mixing tank into those pipes, into our machines, and then the packaging is on the other side of the building. And now it's one continuous full line, Canadian formula in the works. It just gets filled, capped here, and then it gets labeled or packaged or blistered on the other side of the line.
Jason,
Yeah.
what's the difference between a Canadian product and a United States product?
Well, we sometimes have different formulas for different countries. So, for instance, in Canada, they ban any insect repellent that has anything more than 30% DEET. Fortunately, ours does have a full 30%, so we're still the max formula in Canada. We can sell 100% DEET in the U.S. or the U.K. And we have a slightly different formula in afterbite in Canada. Our gel is more popular there than it is in the States, and that's just a function of them wanting something different. So those are the reasons why it's slightly different. Plus, they need different labeling. So everything in Canada's got to be French-English. And so we have to bilingualize everything, and not everything would translate or be as successful up there. So not all of our products are in Canada. So we do have an airlock because this will be a positive pressure clean room. No 2 doors could be open at the same time. So goods will come into the airlock, close one door, open the next door, and then the goods can move again. That's once it finally gets certified, and that should be in another couple of weeks. So we'll kind of go out in the warehouse and we can use the hair nets.
know, I kind of like the look.
So this is the warehouse. We have 5 high racking. That's what we built the building for way in the back. We have 3 high racking here close by. It's a 35-foot, a little over 35 feet in terms of height for the building. And it's actually, so people did some measurements, it's the length of a football field with the end zones from about this wall down to the other end. And it's the infield of a baseball diamond, the office area, going over to the wall of this side of production. So come over this way. Here's our lab. We're working on signage and everything. But this is our laboratory where we do formulations in the lab. We do product testing in the lab, titrations, things like that. So it's exciting to bring students in here and open up the cabinet and they see all the beakers and everything like, oh, this is why we do science class or chemistry class or something like that. So it's very exciting to kind of see that and interesting. I don't do anything in there, but I like to watch them do the things that they do. Curious about it, but we have 3 chemists on staff and a number of tests that we run. Stability chambers and things like that as well. So coming down here. Keep walking, So this is all of our inventory, our racking locations. You see the barcodes? We're about to start using the barcodes so we can scan where inventory is. We know where every piece of inventory is and how much is in there in our ERP system. And these are the numbering systems that we use to find it. So it goes to the aisle that it's on, then the column that it's in, and then the level that it's on is what the 3 numbers represent. We have internal roof drains. The water doesn't flow off the outside of the roof, so we don't have any ice dams or damage or anything like that. Everything goes internally and then runs down. It's the first time I've ever heard water flowing through there, so it must be raining outside. Kind of segment our warehouse a little bit, that this side's kind of raw materials, closer to the production. And this side is more finished goods, closer to the shipping. So this is where we're kind of going through and picking goods to ship out to our customers that we have. This is the shipping department, shipping and receiving. This side is primarily shipping. We have 4 shipping stations right now, or 5 actually. Small packages, large packages. We have pallets going out. We've got things staged for shipments to our Canadian warehouse. Goods going out to CVS, REI has a bunch of orders going out there to their various warehouses. And these are our logistics offices for all of our logistics crew, receiving crew, and that type of thing. So. This is where all of our first aid kits are done. Our first aid kits are sold at places like Bass Pro, Cabela's, REI, Dick's Sporting Goods. But then also we do the private label for CVS, Walgreens. We have a kit in the sporting goods department of Target and Walmart, and a kit in the first aid department of Target are some things that are new this year, those 3. So very busy and wanting to see some kind of double stack CVS and Walgreens products, because there's 8,000 doors. You got to keep pumping product out to them and turning those. So you see, though, each of the kitting operations are at each of these tables, and in each of these bins, all the product they need to add to the first aid kits are there. So they have the bag, they add the products in the first aid kit, and they move it on, or maybe final closing, or hang tags, or something along those lines. So.
Jason, this is just a silly question. Are they all wearing the same color shirts today because of the
Yeah.
they don't because of the event?
So we can tell them who's a guest and who's an employee. So normally they wouldn't do that. But at the event we did yesterday, we gave everybody shirts and asked them to wear them today. I just knew my picture was going to be taken, so I wore something more branded. And
No, that was a good idea though, because once you tell who the workers are.
right. So over here we're going to have a table that kind of shows some of the first aid kits that we do. Going some co-labeled Bass Pro and Cabela's kits. Our Survive Outdoors Longer, which is the acronym for that is SOL. So we say don't be SOL, carry our kits. So we have some fun with that. And we go up to an $800 Marine kit. This is when you're 4 days offshore. You're not going to be 10 minutes from a hospital. You'll need something that's a little more robust. So this has all kinds of airway and stethoscopes and things you would talk to a satellite doctor to about what you need to do if you had an emergency on your boat. We also get into industrial first aid, and we have cabinets that would hang on the wall in manufacturing buildings or businesses, construction sites, things like that. We do West Marine, and we've got a new partnership with REI where we're going to take over their entire first aid kit category. So, any questions I can answer? Okay, we're going to come here and go down the stairs.